It's a moth species of some kind, and it's dancing antennae. Like it's dancing to some sort of inaudible reggae music that only it can hear. I like its markings though, quite modest. Looks a little bit washed out, but that's the nature of certain grass moths, I suppose. It's quite... And off it goes. What's this that's just landed on my hand? Don't know what that is. So I believe this is called Surface Vitripennis, because if you look at its thigh, its back thigh, it's black, and I hear that another more widespread species that's very similar to this, Surface ribesii, has a completely yellow thigh. Just went away. While we're on the subject, I could show you, see what else is in here. What looks like a leaf hopper of some kind just jumped away there. There was a wasp. Bracken, of course. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. Quite hairy looking. The pinnate curling fronds. Let's see this leaf hopper, whatever it is. Don't know. Looks interesting though. If I watch what happens when I sort of touch its position, it should obviously believes in his camouflage. They say there's about 20,000 species of insect in Britain. I've no idea how many of those we have here, but it's I just think of it as the more insects I see, the closer we are to fulfilling that total. There's a few wasps about, so I'm just a little bit wary. I think that's just a common wasp, because so he just got a little bit too close for comfort there. No matter though. It's often in August and September that the wasps tend to be on their last legs. They turn into sugar addicts because they're slowly dying off. And I mean, wasps aren't my favourite insects, mainly because of that time. But I had just enough time to see that it was a common wasp. There's loads of insects fluttering about, because this is like, well, how to describe this habitat? It's kind of like a sort of overgrown lay-by track of some kind, but whatever it is, it's good for insects, and creates a lot of niches compared to places that are, you know, fairly tidy. Places like this give insects an abundance of places to hide, feed, and so on. Let's see what else there is. So this is common hogweed. I'm not going to handle this one just because they are said to give a bit of a rash. Not nearly as bad as giant hogweed, but something similar. So I'm not going to handle this one. But you can see the shape of its leaves. I often think of it as being quite a broad, jagged, well, almost sort of pinnate leaf shape. What you also have growing here is this is looks like bindweed. I'm not entirely sure which bindweed it is, because I think there's large bindweed, hedge bindweed. It might be hedge bindweed. If I could maybe just see if I can find the flowers of one to show you. I mean, this gives you an idea as to just how dense this place is. I'll show you a flower. I've just found one just over here. Look at that. Now that is bindweed. Which kind I'm not 100% sure on, but I think quite possibly hedge. Just because it's growing in a hedge. I'm not sure if their flowers are always this colour. I mean, all the ones I'm seeing, they seem to be pink with that sort of white starfish symmetrical pattern. But you can see just how much it's really grows like a vine. There's another moth there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that one. You just randomly encounter things, and because you don't know how long they're going to stay or whether you'll find another one, it's easier to just film what you can as and when it appears. But see, this is sticky willy, or goosegrass, cleavers, various different names, but you can see just how much it sort of winds. I mean, the lighter green one is the bindweed, but it really does wrap itself around. I mean, actually, here's a perhaps a slightly better example. This here is this is a bindweed that's curled round the stem of false oak grass, and if I zoom out, you'll see that it sort of coils round it like a snake, which makes this quite a competitive plant. It really does fight to make its presence known, to get its foothold. So the sepals scarcely overlap in this species, and you can see that here. Look at that, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Just the simplicity of beauty that goes into a flower, especially one like this. It's not one that's particularly liked by gardeners because it has a way of overwhelming other kinds of vegetation. but at least the flowers look nice. Another thing that's quite dominant is, and I won't handle this one for obvious reasons, this is a common nettle, and you can see the little, I'm wondering whether to call them thorns because they're growing from branches, or whether to call them spines. Well, let's just call them spines. What these are is that they've got an irritant in them, which, if touched, they'll break like a piece of glass and inject whatever touched them with an irritant. That's where the sting comes from. It's not generally a bad sting. It's just irritating for a little while. And there's a bumblebee just gone into the flower. Don't know what kind that was, but this is. But nettles, they do that. They break off. They inject your irritant, and that's how they sting you. So I won't handle this one, of course. Green, just found a green bottle. This is usually much less of a. Where's he gone? This is usually much less of an indoor species than the blue bottle. So by contrast, I just thought I saw a blue bottle there, but it might just have been another green. No, I think maybe they were all just green bottles. So it seems to have gone away for now, but on these sycamore leaves you can see what look like little black spots, and that is from the tar spot fungus. What's this one? Wasp. Just investigating the wasps because I want to see if any might be German wasps. I don't think this one is. So, as I was saying, the black spots are from a fungus. See, yeah, that's the spot. There's the buds of the sycamore, which in the winter they would be a bit more obvious than this, but they're quite a distinctive pale green, and quite intricate, aren't they? Looks like a little green acorn that just spreads out these leaves. So we've got a green bottle here. I think here we have what I think is a blue bottle, and you can see the abdomen, unless this is just a flesh fly or something. But it has that blue sheen, whereas this has a very distinctive green sheen, so I'm confident that this one is a green bottle. Some sort of beetle. Went under leaf of some kind. Not sure which one. Was it giving like a waggle dance? Oh, I don't know. That is something that honeybees do to indicate good feeding. think this one's just scratching itself for some reason.